Good afternoon and welcome to the nerd paradise that is my bedroom. It's very rainy outside, but today Lucille joins us for a very special video. It's our last video before Christmas, and today me and Carl are going to discuss your future. Alright, so I've been reading a book lately, right? I'm going to tell you this now, okay?
Right.
It's not a self-help book. I took a break from that for a while. It's Dan Brown's Origin.
Okay.
And what it talks about is the evolution of humans and where we're going to end up.
Mm-hmm.
And like, long story short, it comes to the conclusion that we're going to merge with technology.
Okay.
And when I was reading it, I was like, that's not in my lifetime, but they reckon by 2050 it will be.
Right.
Which is in my lifetime.
Yeah, we're going to be alive.
Yeah. So I started thinking, I'm like, right, where's my future going? And then I got on this like whole like self-development tangent. Mm-hmm. Like I knew that's where I was going to go. And I started to think like, where's my future headed with this and with everything else? Especially this time of year when people start to think about resolutions and, you know, what the plans are going to be next year, and you know, like where am I going to be? Am I going to be in the same place?
It's time to reflect and kind of plan ahead, obviously.
Yeah. So where do you think you're going to be next year?
Me.
Yeah. Where are you going to be next year?
Just drop bombs on us straight away.
Still in this bedroom next year.
Gonna be next year. Well, of course, we're probably still gonna be doing these videos, so we're gonna be continuing to kind of grow this, expand a bit more, do as much things as possible with that. I can see myself doing a lot more involved in teaching, because that's kind of the way that it's heading currently anyways. So like I just recently started teaching in 2 schools, and I've got the opportunity to maybe possibly start another one in the new year. So I just feel like a lot of teaching is involved in my future, my immediate future going into 2018. That's the year, isn't it? Yeah. I'm losing track.
Is it what year is it now? Like, it feels like 5 minutes since it was 2012.
Obviously, just kind of continuing to grow in my career, in my job, in my hobby, my passion. Continue to grow as a human being. That is my kind of overall thing that all of this comes back to. Like, I do music and I do this and I do everything else, but it all comes back to the fact that I'm just trying to kind of develop myself and continue to grow and become a better human overall. So that's kind of like, that's all I can ever really want and to aim for each year of my life, definitely. Really, to be honest.
Well, what I was going to say is I think 2018 is going to be the year of urgency. Right. The year where everyone starts to realize that shit's not going the way they want it to go. Especially around me lately, like everyone's realizing that they're not going in the direction they want to go. Okay. So I think 2018 is going to be the year of urgency, where everyone realizes, shit, I've been stuck in a position for too long. I've been in my restaurant job for this is the 4th Christmas. 3 years of 4th Christmas.
Makes you think.
That's flown by. And for those first 2 years, I don't think I did anything productive that I was there. Right. It's only in the last 2 where things have really started to pick back up again. So, but then again, there's loads of people that I know, like friends, who are like, I'm stuck. I've been this way for so long. I'm like, use the 2018 New Year's resolution idea to start putting things in place. Yeah. To move forward a bit more. So like, because everyone cuts their resolutions about like February, March. So it's like, oh, I'm going to go to the gym. They get a membership on the 1st of January. And then by the 2nd of February, it's gone. It's actually a proven fact as well, because if you look at like statistics and stuff, you can see the spike. And then it spikes back down again, isn't it? So why not? See, the New Year's resolution thing for me is bullshit.
I don't like that word. I don't like that term. Like, I feel like, yeah, you should plan ahead and you should kind of be like, okay, this year I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. Even if you just make a list of things that you want to do and you want to achieve and you want to aim towards. But that's it. That's all it should be. It shouldn't like really like be titled something in particular. It shouldn't be like a certain thing. It should just be you, like just kind of continuing to grow and doing what you want to do each and every year. But it's just obviously at the end of the year, that's the time that you start to think about those things. So I feel like if you call it a resolution, 90% of the time you're not going to do it. Yeah. But if you just say,
my New Year's commitment.
Yeah. If you just say, in this year I'm going to do this. Full stop, done. Yeah, like a discipline. Next year, get a discipline. Yeah. Have some sort of discipline that you do every day, every a couple hours, whatever it is. Like, say it's like for me, my New Year's resolution is to actually. I know this sounds weird. Touch my toes. Because my flexibility stretch.
Yeah, I can't touch my toes. My flexibility is so bad. I can't either. And my legs are like so tight. I can't do anything with it. So my New Year's resolution, or my discipline is to stretch every day and maybe try a bit of yoga and try and balance that out.
That's very good. Yeah, that's a good idea.
I know that's going to start immediately. That's starting now, not just on the 1st of January, but it's starting now.
Yeah, exactly.
We're different. Our mindsets are different, but we still understand that discipline has to be put in place.
Yeah.
But I think for some people that might be watching this, might be like, I'm going to use the 1st of January as my like starting pistol. So that's when they go, that's when they can go for it.
Right. So
what I'd say is use this last period of 2017 to get, a head start. That's where you start to train for the marathon kind of thing, if that makes sense. So on the 1st of January, you're ready to start, and you've got like a little bit of
this is like this is like the pre-show.
This is a pre-workout. That's what it is. So
it's the work up to it. Yeah.
But live 2018 with a sense of urgency, I think, because we're getting more and more into laziness as the years seem to go on.
Yeah.
But we're becoming aware of the laziness, and that's why I think like rates of like suicides and depression and like mental illness and stuff is on the rise, is because we're very much like realizing that we're not moving forward as fast as we want to be, but time is moving faster than we want it to.
Yeah.
So we're kind of getting dragged back and left behind, while there's other people.
It's
that
kind of like
ahead.
You could use the analogy like it's kind of like in time wise, it's almost like you're walking on in like a treadmill. So the treadmill is constantly going, but you're only walking at a walking pace.
Yeah.
So you're kind of just walking through life trying to do things, but the months, the weeks, the years go by like a treadmill, like this, like on full speed. You know what I mean? So,
but it's that word. It's that word that I'm going to use next year.
Yeah.
Urgency. Urgency is your word. Your word of 2018 is urgency. Like, gotta get Lucy out of there. 2018 is a year of urgency. Like, it has to be urgent. You have to live next year with a sense of urgency, because if you've been stuck in the same position for like 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, it's now time where you've got to say, this is a new year, this is my new start, like that new year, new me thing. Not a fan of the title, not a fan of how it works out, but it's a good thing to have if you're stuck. If you're stuck, use it to propel yourself forward, because I think, like, especially for me, like, I don't want to change massive amounts of who I am, but there's always something I can change. There's always a new thing I can develop about myself. So, especially with you, I kind of want to change your personality a little bit. Like, it's a shame you weren't born yesterday, because it could have started from scratch. But I love you really though. Do you want to add to the sense of urgency thing, like because you kind of live your years with a sense of urgency?
I kind of do that anyways, and really without even like, that's just kind of how I am.
If you're going to open a dictionary, it's like Carl's face under the word urgency.
Yeah,
that's literally how it is.
I don't know. It just frustrates the hell out of me. Like, especially like social media wise, when you see, kind of just people kind of year to year in the same position, or like kind of just like saying they're going to do things and then they do, like following through with things, I feel is like the hardest thing, especially like with this whole kind of like New Year's resolution thing. But it's always the same in like December. What I try to do is kind of just go full force this January through December, and then usually I spend December kind of like reflecting on what I've achieved in that year kind of thing. So like now I can look back and kind of think, okay, I've done this, I've done that, it's been a good year, what's next? You know what I mean? So I feel like that's the way you should approach it. You should kind of just be like, I'm going to do this, and this. As I say, even if it's a list, like a bullet point or something like that, something that you can see and physically know, and just go all in and just kind of not even think about it, like not even think about the fact that it's like a goal or a New Year's resolution or something like that. Not even think about that. Just go for it anyways, and just kind of never stop until the end of that year, and then stop and then go, okay, right, what have I achieved this year? What have I done? Was it worth it? Was it productive? What can I do differently next time? Blah blah blah. It's kind of like it's kind of like I feel like this month for me is kind of like the conclusion of an essay. You know what I mean? It's like you do all these things previously and then you conclude it, and now I'm kind of like concluding my year as a whole. But that's how I approach it. That's how I think people should approach it. And if people approach it more that way, maybe there'd be less kind of like unfollowed through New Year's resolutions. You know what I mean?
I just kind of want to finish off on one final point that it's always called a New Year's resolution. What if we call it like New Year's resolutions? Make it plural. Yeah. So maybe have like 3 or 4. But have like a couple that are specific. So like, I'm going to start a gym and keep at it for 4 months.
Okay.
And then that's specific. And then have like another 2 that are like overall for the whole year. So like a goal for the whole year, not like something specific for a certain amount of time. So say like 2018 is going to be the year where I actually start to feel happy, or I actually start to, you know, move in a direction of a job that I want, or 2018 is the year where I finally get out of this, or, you know, 2018 is finally the year where I'm going to live it how I want to live it.
Yeah, exactly.
So it covers the whole year. It's not so specific, but it covers the whole year.
The general yet specific kind of
so
thing.
you've got something that you can like, you can look at every day, like put it up on your wall. I've got mine right there, you can see that.
Behind the camera.
My 6 goals, you can see. I look at them every day. I have them on the door on the way out, and then on this wall here that you can't see.
Just the way back in.
So I see it every time I come in and come out. I see them and I can't help but look at them. So those kind of things really help keep it in your mind, especially you know, if you're having like an off day and you don't really feel like it. Like today, my voice is like from last night. Yeah. From all that horrible vodka stuff. I kind of burned my throat out. But yeah, so next year, 2018 is a sense, you need to live it with a sense of urgency. And if you don't, it's going to be the same as 2017 and 2016 and 2015 and 2014 and 2013. It's going to be the same as the last 5 years. And is that really what you want? I highly doubt it. Have a good Christmas, guys. We've been Thoughts in Motion. We'll see you in the new year.